Hello. Welcome back. It's slightly different from the other one. Okay, anybody that's seasick, just go ahead and avert your eyes for just a second. I'm working with a newer computer. It's not built like my old computer was, so things are a little wobbly here. Let's see what I can do. We look like we're on a ship. Technically, we are. Okay, so for anybody that was not over on my, are you going to behave? I hope you're going to behave. Great. Okay, if anybody was not over on the Oracle card reading, I was explaining that I'm going to look slightly different this week. Yeah, we look like we're on a ship kipped sideways here. My original computer is struggling right now. So we're working with a new work computer. Hopefully it behaves itself. All right. So Wawanui. Oh yes, and that's the other one. Charming Blackberries nailed me. So it's healing. So if you see this weird thing on my face, that's what it is. Charming Blackberries. Gotta love the blackberries this time of year. Oh, I was whacking them back and they said, what in the world? What in the world? So let's say hello to everybody. Wa is Lemurian principle of first love. Wawa means much love, and Wawanui means much love to everybody. So Wawanui, everybody, and welcome back. Hi, Liz and Awe. Hello, Paul Freed. Let me see what we got, honey. Hello, lost my beloved cat. Oh, Timber, I remember Timber. Sure, absolutely. I understand. Big hugs to you. And Paul, I'm going to say, when you get the opportunity, because guys usually shield their tears, when you get the chance, keep crying as much as you can, because it's going to release the grief in layers. And I am so sorry for your loss. It is really hard to lose them. And I remember she was a much older kitty cat, and she's such a sweetheart. So my heart goes out to you over that one, honey. Really sorry to hear. Annie Bear. Let's see what we got going on here. Lower jaw did a lymphatic drain exercise. Can you assist as well? Absolutely. And you know, the lymphatic drains are really handy for that because that takes some of the pressure off, because we have huge lymph glands. For anybody that doesn't know, there's huge lymph glands, and their purpose underneath, of course, is to combat some of our outside cooties whenever we're fighting off a cold or a flu or what have you. And because it's right underneath the jawline, and underneath the jawline, if those are swollen, that can actually lead to, like she's saying, a lower jaw soreness. And the other thing is, if you've got something going on with your teeth, like your molars, especially the wisdom teeth, that can cause pressure on the lower lymph glands too. So absolutely, we can certainly put some extra stuff in there for you. I know, I'm still so sorry about that. And that's just going to hurt. Time will heal, which sounds like a cliche, but it's gonna take time. Yep. Okay, we got a cheek thing going on here. Top. Oh, your top left. Okay. Won't hurt going into the dentist. Okay, sure. Yes. Actually, we've opened up our mushrooms again. For anybody that doesn't know, my husband and I have seaside shrooms. I know a lot of people are like, oh, no, unfortunately not those kinds. We don't grow those kinds. I have nothing against those kinds, but we grow edible mushrooms, which are the oyster mushrooms and lion's manes. And what we have available again are the mushroom kits. So that's what some of the blackberry whacking was about. Let me see what we got going on. Hi, Rossi. Hypnicity, asking for guidance as I navigate living with my 2 young stepkids. And, okay. But you're actually living with them now. Let me feel into the situation. There is something that's called a sacred activation. And I think let's go ahead and hop and do this right now. Normally I do these one-on-one, but for family dynamics, what can happen in this situation is that you have a lot of different life journeys that are all coming together at once. And so the family members activation will help to get everybody on the same page, energetically speaking. So what we're going to start with is I'm going to actually start off with our usual tradition, since we've got quite a few people in here already. Just scroll down right quickly here. I'm going to hide this. Wow, Rossi. Jane Danielson. Holy moly. Yeah, and you're stressing. Okay, not a problem. Ooh, beautiful. Miss Rosie. Hi, Rosie. That sounds beautiful. Yeah. Well, it's not even that. It's a delay situation. And it's stress on top of stress on top of stress. Get the extension. Sorry. I was scrolling here. Hi, Gray. What did you? I thought of you whenever I was doing this week's Okapi reading. Yeah, my house has gained 2 kids, 2 dogs, 2 stepsons, or my stepson 2 weeks ago. That's a whole lot of choo-choo-choos. Great. Okay, so I'm caught up. I am late. Wonderful. Paul, you're actually perfect timing here if you want to hop in on energy healing. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start in on some of the energy healing here. But what I'm also going to do is we're going to start off with the harmonization. And then I'm going to do something very fast that is going to be primarily pointed at hypnicity. But sometimes we have these integrations with our families, especially first families, and it can be challenging to calm things down a bit. And so that'll be a sacred activation, is what that's called, via Tamara Oviatt. And we will be sharing that today to help. This is for just trying to get some ease and grace and peace in the family itself. Okay, so let's start off first with the harmonization so that we're all here energetically on the same page. Tihe, hori, hora, makawatahi, ite ingawa, tito irita ootawon, wayuta bukita, ite ingawa, tafanui, trarani tikitao, wayuta bukita, ite ingawa, tafaya tamatua tatama, wayuta bukita, tihe, hori, hora. Hypnicity, I'm hearing to go ahead and do an undoing and a doing. So for anybody that's new to me, what the undoing and the doing is, it takes all of the negativity and all of the negative stories and will collapse it to a 0 point. Yeah, we've got quite a bit of energy that's going on. What this is also going to do is this is not just for family grief or family situations. This will also help any negative story that you do not like or just can't deal with anymore. That's what this does. This is going to round it into a 0 point, which is also called the scalar field or scalar energy. Kind of clean slates everything so that you can go forward with what you do want. Okay? There we go. Okay. And now what we're going to do is we are going to do the sacred activation. Oh, yeah, you just take good care of yourself, Paul. And like I said, be sure that you cry just as much as you can. I'm messy in my first few days. And so I tend to drag around a toilet paper roll because I don't just cry. It's really sobs. But the more that you can cry as much as you can. the faster it will get out of your energy field, because if you don't process the emotions, it can store in our bodies and in our aura. Okay. So what I need you to do for the sacred activation of family constellations is I want you to close. Yes, it's sacred activation. This comes from Tamara Oviatt, and this comes from source energy. Okay? So this one is called family constellation. So what we're going to do with this one is close your eyes, and I need you to go into your favorite Mother Earth scene where she is holding and grounding you. Could be under a tree. It could be walking along a stream. You could mentally be going through an alpine meadow or walking on the beach. Just get in your space, and then let me set up my own energy here. Okay, now it's quick. Family constellations. And then I'm hearing a secondary activation that actually came through for me. Star Nation family constellations. This one kind of layers on top of the first sacred activation. Yeah, sometimes we carry drama from the other side. Star seeds. Oh yeah, there goes that movement. You may feel your body rocking, or you may feel a lightness. But this is going to continue working for the upcoming next hours, days, weeks. Sometimes it can unfold over months. And since this comes from source energy, it knows, it has its own intelligence of what to do. There we go. That feels much better. Alrighty. And we're going to come back into our bodies and just wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Great. Great. Okay, Jane. Also have a lump in your mouth. So I'm going to go ahead and run some extra energy to everybody, and we're just going to do some plain old meridian clearing here. So we have anti-bear, so it looks like it's really focused around the head this week. So if you'd like, just go ahead and kick back in your, you can just stay in your happy space if you would like. And what we will go ahead and do, okay, everybody's still zoned out. If you are sensitive to energy, you may feel me as I'm working in and around your body. If you are not sensitive, don't worry about it. It's still going to be working. And it works on a quantum level. And what I'm doing is cleaning and clearing the meridians that are in and around your body. And we're not going to do a full set today. Mostly today, I'm just going to focus on the energy that's around the head and the face, throat. We have some teeth things that are going on, and some around the eyes and the nasal. Yeah, your head's feeling stuffy. Randy, one of the things that you can do too is to take in a nice deep breath, and I'm gonna model it for you. You do short exhalations through your nose. So this comes from, let's say, Stig Severson. He was the fellow that did all of the deep diving practices, and he does deep breathing exercises as well. But what you're going to do is nice deep breath in, and then, and what that does is that allows the cilia that are up in your nasal cavities work really well for me, actually. Excuse me. Yeah, about that good. But what that does is that makes the little hairs up in your sinus cavities go ahead and open up as well. So that's something that you can do to relieve stuffy sinuses. You can do that once a day. But let me get in there because we do have a lot of stuff, but it's stuffed up also underneath the base of the skull. So it's the base of the skull and the base of the brain itself, and I'm hearing brain stem. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We certainly can. Because what I'm picking up, Gray, I'm actually feeling we're going to go right back into this to another activation. We're going to do just a real quick alchemization because I can feel something attached to the brainstem in there, and that feels like a first D entity. Okay. So we're going to have you just envision going back, close your eyes again, back to your happy space where Mother Nature is. Have Mother Nature hold you again. Just get yourself into a nice, peaceful, comfortable space. We're going to do some alchemization here. As these things peel off, you may feel dizzy. Or you may feel an instant lightness. You know, your sore throat may suddenly clear up because, yes, there's something definitely stuck on somebody's brainstem right next to the limbic system. So let me get my own energy system set up here right quick. Grab that off. And then Annie Bear, just so that you know, I'm going to come back because I need to still do the lower Arcadia and the lower jaw and the lymph system, okay? But this feels important, so I'm going to grab this right quick. Set up my own energy here. Okay. Alchemy of the first dimension. And there it goes. Alchemy of the second dimension. Alchemy of the third dimension. Alchemy of the fourth dimension. Alchemy of the fifth dimension. Alchemy of the sixth dimension. Alchemy of the seventh dimension. No. Alchemy of the eighth dimension. Alchemy of the ninth dimension. I'm going to pause with the 10th dimension today. Yep. And then ground yourself back into Mother Earth. Sure. Jane, the issue that you're speaking of, you might try finding birch bark or xylitol that is made from birch bark, and you might look at some of the remineralization that is out there. There is a lady that's called Frau Fowler. Actually, let me type that in for you. Uh-oh, did I freeze? There we go. Okay. Still getting used to this computer. I believe it's a .com, but it's simply called Frau Fowler. And this gal, she's based in the U.S. She's actually in Colorado. She went through Lyme's disease when she was younger, and she ended up creating a toothpaste, not paste. It's a tooth powder that helps to remineralize your teeth. And so that, even just looking at her, I'm pretty positive it's a .com. You can look into that and see if she has information that may help you as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm still, since we're still in this space, yeah, that brainstem feels a lot better too. With the alchemization, you can actually feel some of the stuff whenever it lists right off. Do you sense the fairy energy? Yes, actually, yes. I'll bet it did. I think some of the stuff that I'm hearing for Annie Bear is that it brings in that sense of delight that we usually forget down here. I'm working on the ears right now. Which origins? I have my eyes closed, so it's probably, I've been told I have been every sky. That's beautiful, Annie Bear. I would agree absolutely 100% with that. That your sky mother energy, absolutely. No, I was just looking at Gray's thing. The fairy realm, it usually is, well, it's linked first to Lemuria 2. That's going to be based in Tara and the Avalon mysteries. And I'm still doing the energy healing. This is going to be on the throat and doing a draining sensation down on the throat and the windpipe. You may accidentally start coughing from this as we get some of the phlegm and the drainage started again. There we go. So the fairy realms do that crossover. Most of them tend to be in the earth, like in the dunes and under our feet, in cave systems under our feet. But they are found usually in rock systems, outside of nature, around streams. And so I think with that is that you have a lot of the energy that can be brought in and not necessarily be your, you know, I think all of us have a bit of the fae and everything. Okay. Just give me a second to finish up with Annie Bear, and then I'll address that further for you, Jane. I am sorry if I'm not making myself clear. But to get back to the fairy realm, and I'm currently working back up underneath that brainstem, the ears, the eustachian tube. That's basically the base of the skull, and that's usually where we have alchemization of the first through the fourth dimensions. We have parasites that will lodge themselves, energetic entities that will lodge into those spaces to eat off of our energy and control us a bit. And that feels a lot better. Feels a little tender, but a lot better than it did. It was a lot cleaner. It might be tender in that region for just a day or two as it heals. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Mm-hmm. There we go. Good. Inner knowing is asking, are the Fae in a different dimension? I would say so. I had an experience with them whenever I was a child, and oddly enough, in my family, I was the only one that could hear fairy music. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to focus primarily on the jaw, the lower jaw. So I'm at the TMJ, the roots of the teeth, and then the teeth themselves. So, Jane, what I was saying earlier is there was a lady, and the name was Frau Fowler for her website. I don't remember the lady's name itself, but the company's name is fraufowler.com. And what she did was she worked with dentists in Colorado, and they created a mineralization, a remineralization for the teeth. And so she has a tooth powder that she uses to help revitalize teeth. So that may be something that you will want to look into just as support. Gorgeous, Kimmy. That is amazing. Okay, now at all of the teeth. Hopefully my computer is going to hold here. I'm seeing that I'm down to like 1 bar. I don't know why. Hang in there, computer. Hang in there. Beautiful. I'm so glad for that. Jane, remind me of your Huna essence. Is it Hamanisa? Oh dear. Well, good for Frau Fowler. I just know that I used her stuff about a year ago. Just some really nice tooth powders. Amazing flavors, too. Yes. I'm basically working right now on everybody's teeth. Yes. Perfect. Well, I'm certainly glad that she's based in Tennessee. Those people will probably work with her. There's been a few other people that have had their formulas that let's just say that they work really, really well in a members page. Okay, that makes good sense. So just another step to keep her safe. That was great. Beautiful. Oh, that was inner knowing. Oh, okay. Okay. Right now I'm back to the throat for drainage, lymph drainage. Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Yes. You're welcome. It's literally fraufowler.com. And the reason that I'm not posting it in there is because sometimes YouTube can be really tricky about posting a link in the live chat. You're welcome. Yeah, and that's just it, as Annie Bear is saying. Beautiful, Hamanisa. Gorgeous. Thank you for sharing that, Jane. As Annie Bear saying, I think the Frau Fowler, she uses quite a bit of stuff from the Ayurvedic toothpaste as well. Birch bark, which is the xylitol based, birch bark is supremely supportive for teeth. I'm going to warn you, give you a heads up, be extremely picky when you get xylitol. If you have puppies, make absolutely sure they can never reach it. But you need to be extremely picky because there are a lot of companies that make it super duper cheap for the xylitol, but they are making it from corn. You don't want that. You want xylitol that is coming from the birch trees specifically. That's going to be the most supportive. And that will help. The mixture that she has it in her tooth powder, it absolutely is supportive, and it will help to provide the minerals. Correct. Yep. Although I have to say, whenever they did the thing for the xylitol for the dogs, I still stand by. I think the problem was it went back to one Labrador Retriever that ate an entire tray of brownies that had been done with xylitol. And I'm still thinking it was the chocolate in it, not the xylitol itself. But I'm not going to harm another dog just to do a specific, clean, scientific test on if xylitol actually will harm them or not. But basically, don't allow your dog, if in doubt, just don't do it. I'm still on the neck today. I'm still working on the neck right now. I've been at the front of the neck, in between the throat. Yeah, I think so. Because everybody knows, it's just that everybody came out and they're like, oh no, it was the xylitol in it. And it's like, the dog ate an entire tray of chocolate. Anybody that owns dogs knows you do not allow them near chocolate. The problem with it is you've got a bit of they may be able to eat it just fine, and then they may expire from it. And the reason why is because with chocolate it contains theobromine, and so it's a matter of luck. Your dog could be fine eating it, and then you could suddenly not have a puppy. But that's from the theobromine. But yeah, everybody was screaming over the xylitol. And like I said, it could be that there was another incident with the xylitol. So yes, absolute heads up for everybody. And it's just a matter of being picky. This is our health. We're wanting to be clear channels and vessels of light. And so corn is for the masses. Xylitol comes from birch bark. So we want to do that and like I said, that's going to be really helpful and supportive for our teeth. I don't remember. I think we do have birch in Canada and the Pacific Northwest. I'm gonna say I know that there's birch forests that are in Sweden, Norway, and the upper Arctic rims. So you're probably going to be looking at things like that as well. Mm-hmm. Perfect. Aw, thank you, Amy Bear. She's provided the link to my shop for the MP3s. So if you want your own, the energy healing that I'm doing right now, each one of those I've put onto an MP3. And so there's one specifically for humans, one specifically for kitty cats, one specifically for dogs, and then one specifically for horses. And then I just go over everybody's meridians. It releases. Yeah, see, Kim B saying that she used to live in Alaska. They were common. Lots of birch bark trees in our yard. So there you go. Ooh, down between the shoulder blades right now. Everybody's got kind of a lot of tension in the. What have you people done this week? That's a lot of angsty storage there. I take it that you've been shoving everything underneath the carpet again. That's a lot. We just cleared these out last week. Woo! There it goes. That's a lot of dizzy. We're going to go underneath the shoulder blades. Beautiful. Yeah, Montana would have big tracts of it too. That would be perfect. Yes, it's exactly it. Kim, oh yeah. I was going to say you could use it on your teeth right there from the birch bark, but you can peel the bark and then write right on the birch bark paper, which is so cool because that would have been like your colonial times. That's the paper that they would have used. So cool. Let's see, I see something slightly up here. How these clearing was affecting me. Sure. And sometimes, Annie Bear, I'm seeing this with this. Sometimes it just takes time, and at least a lot of you here, you've been at this for quite some time now, and so you know what's going on. I'm going to scroll right back up here because I have a feeling somebody is out there, and I missed your question. If I haven't addressed it, or if you have something right now extra, I'm scrolling back up the page. If you have some extra pain or something that you need me to focus with, then I will get it right now because that's exactly what we're doing right now. Okay. Okay, great. Okay, so that might be okay. The other thing is sometimes I pick up stuff that's in because I'm doing a group clearing. If you're one of those people that can't do the live chat or can't reach out through me to do like a question you can always post a question underneath and I will try to reply to it either next week or through an email. And the other thing that you can do is you can always reach out to me in my shop. That's debbiedement.com. You'll find a contact me form up at the upper right-hand side of the page. Fill out the contact me form, and I will try to get back to you within 24 hours. I know sometimes you're in a situation or you have a question that you just really don't want out on the internet, and I totally get that. Problems with the feet and ankles. Someone has a lot of inflammation in their abdomen. So right now I'm kind of working at the front of the chest, and the abdomen has a lot of inflammation. Yeah, we're going to just drain all the things. Beautiful. I have been running 423 hertz tuning fork all around the home, saying inflammation right underneath the rib cage. Sorry, saying powerful affirmations all around. Gorgeous, Sandy Bear, and did the salt as well. Beautiful, beautiful. Jane's got some swollen feet. Jane, we're going to work with this just in a minute. I will get there. Right now, I've got, I don't know who this is, but there's inflammation in the lower lung, the diaphragm, and the abdomen. Kidneys as well. Kidneys probably leads into the swollen feet. Let's just keep this going for just a go. Okay. And this may feel a little weird. Going to work with your kidneys. So if you feel a strange, for those of you that have kidneys, you may actually feel a slight squeeze or a touch around the kidneys. And so I'm letting you know, don't be alarmed if you can feel that, because kidneys can be really sensitive sometimes, especially if we have our mineralization kind of wonky. Some foods can lead to extra minerals being deposited in the kidneys. Oxalates can build up in there. And sometimes we'll just have, it's a lot like whenever you've got horses and you're feeding them straight alfalfa, and you know that you've got to compensate with the calcium and phosphorus ratios for the mineralization. It's the sort of same thing with us. Sometimes we will eat things and it needs to have a mineral rebalance going on at the same time. Down the spine again. We're going to do the ureters. There it goes. That's nice. Yeah. Okay, everybody. I know that we all know that we're eating something that we shouldn't be doing. You might want to give it a break. If you're eating something you should not be eating, and you already know this, because let's face it, we know what we should be doing or shouldn't be doing. Try to dial that out for 3 days if you can. Because your tummy, whoever this is, it needs a rest from whatever you're feeding it. So if you've been taking the mickey, if you've been pushing the envelope, if you've been using it for a comfort food, you can try the frequency music instead, or instead of that specific comfort food, maybe find an alternative comfort food, or find an alternative recipe for that, because I'm here to tell you your tummy is not digging that. Dana was just at the lungs, but right now we're focusing on the tummy still, but Rush is happily burping, which is wonderful. So that means we've got some gunk going. And I'm not shaming, hey, we all know, we've all done it. We've all enjoyed, or we were under stress or whatever, and it's like, I'll deal with this later. But I'm warning whoever this is. I can feel that you need to kick back for just a few days to allow your body to get some breathing space, because it's not happy in here. So, yeah. And like I said, it's not forever. You just need to do like a set of 3, like 3 days off. There we go. Okay. Let's go back up to the diaphragm right quick. So you're going to feel me at the bottom of the lung. And that's going to be, the diaphragm is the muscle that separates your chest space from your abdomen. Okay, that feels good. A little energy towards the liver. dialing through your meridians right now because there is some imbalances going on still in the tummy. And oh. Let's balance the triple heater right quick instead. Okay, you may actually feel this on the arms. That's where some of the meridian will flow. Okay, I'm going to close my eyes and just do this deep dive here. So you may feel me around your hands and your arms and a little on your fingers. Triple heater here. And, some of this expression from that, it's a compounding thing. It's not just one thing that's leading into it. It's societal pressures, it's anxieties, it is pressures from family, but also pressures from food in your environment. And it all just builds up. And then it puts pressure on that meridian because it's really kind of overflowy here. So let's more imbalance. I'm on the left-hand side right now. Good. Okay, there goes it released. And I'm going to go to the right side. Balance on the right side as well. So you can feel this all the way from the base of the skull, down the neck, under and around the shoulder blades, down the arm. And there, that one goes. Great. Okay, and it balanced out into Earth. Beautiful. Okay. There we go. And then above my right brow, but it's in tone. Welcome. So let's see if we can get that to flow down the back. I might as well just go ahead and do the blah blah. We're going to balance your upper meridians with your lower back. Small of the back. It's where the lumbars meet the pelvis. And in some techniques, you'll hear this called the craniosacral practices. Wow. Somebody on the right-hand side. Good. And the lovely thing is you can come back to these on the replay. So if you're one of these getting relief and in say a day or so you go, oh my God, my teeth are bothering me again, come back and you can re-listen to that section. And that will absolutely help. Or if your head's stuffy again, replay it. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. Down around the tushies. Now we're going to go behind the knees. And this will be mostly for Jane, but anybody that needs their spleen balanced. So you're going to have things like swollen lower legs. And sometimes this can be it's just an energy imbalance between the upper and the lower. Yeah, because there's a tender spot on the inner knees, just below the knee itself. That's spleen. Going down the outside, up the inside of the legs right now, primarily on the knees. And a lot of this is just waiting for the energy to move. The cool thing is once the energy starts moving, a lot of times you'll feel it. You can feel the physical shifts in the body itself. In fact, whenever I worked with the horses, it was amazing to watch them physically shift. You can literally see the muscling and everything shift in front of you. Just fun. Yeah, that feels a lot better. Oh, you are so welcome, Annie Bear. Okay, now we're going to bring it back up the tummy. Get Ah, you're so welcome. There we go. Okay, everybody. If you've done any burping, yawning, sneezing, coughing, sometimes your limbs can go off into strange positioning. That's energy that's moving. You can take yourself a drink of water. What happened is your body has actually physically released stuff into your bloodstream. And so it just a small amount of water can be half a coffee cup, so 4 to 6 ounces. It will help to flush that out of your body. Good luck, Hypnicity. I'm sure, like the others are saying, if it will not allow to go that way, look for the workaround, which would be your extension. Okay, you'll get there. I know you'll get there. But yeah, thank you, everybody. Thank you for showing up today. This is a really cool group that we have here. I'm just really happy because there's a lot of these energy techniques. And if you're one of those people that I have put you to sleep, because sometimes you'll just doze off and then you wake up later and it's like, wait a minute, I missed it. Your body has taken you offline so that you can have your energy system integrate with what's going on here, energetically speaking. We are not just doing one pure thing at a time. We're doing several different techniques in here, and we're also doing multidimensionality. This is quantum mechanics that are working. Yeah, I'm really happy that we're back together. This is fun. Yeah, and sleepy. Allow yourself to take the nap afterwards. You can always come back to the replay if you want to listen to something, and you may actually try to listen to it and never be able to hear it. And that's just it. It's your body and your higher consciousness that are simply doing stuff. Sometimes we don't need to know that we're doing things on a conscious level. It's just the energy system that needs to be done. Yay. Oh yeah. That's like this. What Gray is saying with the going barefoot. Now that we're going into warmer temperatures, we'll absolutely be able to do that. Oh, I love you too, Inner Knowing. Thank you so much for being here. You guys make it fun. And yeah, the earthing, you can just walk barefooted and it will help you. Oh, beautiful. I feel like butter currently. You're so welcome. So welcome. I want a stronger connection with Pan, finding creators for nature. You know, one of the things that you can do, Annie Bear, is hug one of your trees. You can literally put, it's called a huni, but you put your forehead and your nose against the tree, or just hug it, and close your eyes to be at one with the tree. And sometimes you can get visions from the tree. But if you're reaching through trying to make that connection with Pan, you may try to do the connections with the trees first. Yeah, it's wonderful. Wonderful. Great. Well, thank you everybody for stopping by this week. And again, if you need my help, go ahead and reach out through the contact me form, and I will try to, through my shop, Debbie Dement, and debbiedement.com. And then I will try to reach out back through within 24 hours. I am doing a little bit of a delay right now, simply because, like I said, on the farm, we are starting to gear up with our mushrooms. And so, yeah. I'll show you what we're doing. So, yep, we're selling these now from our seaside shrooms. So, this is one of the mushroom kits that we make. And this is a pink oyster mushroom. I don't know if you can see them very well, but let's try to bring that up to the camera so you can see. That's food growing in there. It's on a substrate of, it's on a substrate of straw. Those are oyster mushrooms. They are incredible. They taste amazing. Oh, those are sold strictly through, you have to be here so that whenever we sell them through our website, and that is seesideshrooms.com. But we can't ship them because something happens to them whenever they get shipped. I don't know what the really don't know what happens whenever they go through the postal or the shipping station. But if you're passing by us on Highway 101, Seaside, Oregon, then nope, I can't. Just like I'm explaining, Gray, we can't ship them. They have to be picked up locally. Yeah. But, if you go over to seesideshrooms.com, I've also created a whole bunch of different merchandise for if you are into like mushroom t-shirts and hoodies and print on demand. Oh my word. The shirts, we got a hoodie it's a print on demand, which is beautiful because that means that it's really good for the environment. So it does take a couple of days. If you've ordered it, it's going to take a couple more days than it usually would to ship out and everything. But that's because it's actually being made for you, and then it ships. And you would not believe how soft and amazing the hoodies are, which is cool because it's the same principle that I use on debbiedement.com. I have all kinds of different hoodies and designs, t-shirts and things like that, mugs, and it's with our Lemurian Birthsigns. So it does take a few days to do extra. But the nice thing about it is it keeps things out of our landfills because it's made just for you. It's not printed until you order it, which is so cool. I just love doing that. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, we have seesideshrooms.com, and then we also have a kitty cat shop. It's catsandcups.com. Yeah, do a road trip. Come visit. That'll be fun. Yeah, but it's locally. So we have Seaside Shrooms. We have, and then we've got also Cats and Cups. These are all my online shops that I've been doing. So the designs, the shirts and everything that you're seeing for the designs, these are all the designs that I've been making. Those are all mine. I think that there's only one design that wasn't, and that's on Cats and Cups. And there was a little black kitty cat for the sarcastic kitties. And it's like, what was it? Ew, people. That's the only one that I didn't make, but I absolutely love that design. So it got loaded too. But yeah, the Seaside Shrooms, I absolutely love that. Yeah, I've got one too where it's easily distracted by pups and shrooms, which is fun. I had a lot of fun. I've still got a couple more designs that I want to load for Seaside Shrooms. They're still in my tool that I'm making my designs on. But I have to say, I was amazed. The designs and everything, it came out even better than I expected it to. These things are quality. I don't have, actually, if you guys hang on for just a second, I'll see if I can find my husband's mug. I made a Maita mug for him. It's on my Debbie Dement. Hang on a second, I'll be right back. They're fun. Yeah, here we go. So, here we go. I don't, but if you want, I could probably add that. She's asking if I could do like a dark royal. I could probably add that in. But check this out. For anybody that's a Maita, these things are so cool. And it's colors on the inside of it. This is the dark blue option. And this is for the Maitas. And check this out. The design is on both sides of the mug. So sometimes you have like left-handed people that kind of get left out in the dark. So this is the Maita design. So this is in my debbiedement.com. And hubby, of course, is a Maita. And then check this out. This thing is so pretty. This is the Seaside Shrooms hoodie. And the cluster that's on the front of that, that's called an oyster mushroom. So the pink ones will grow up to look like that. But they're pink. Yeah, the shroom's worth the trip. But yeah, the designing and everything is what I've been busy with. So making the mushrooms, which quite frankly, we've been doing mushrooms since hubby's been doing it since 1989, I think, maybe 88. And then I've been helping him as well since 1991. And we've grown a lot of different mushroom species over the years, but right now we're doing lion's manes and the oyster mushrooms. The oyster mushrooms come in about 3 different colors. So just depending on what we have. Thank you, Annie Bear. But depending on, like right now we're running the pinks, but I think we have the regular pearl oysters coming up as well. I don't know. You know, Gray's asking if we'll have a decent chanterelle season. A lot of it's just going to depend on your area. Some areas have been really dry. I was looking at, pull this up here. I was looking at pay as it's ordered for my homemade. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I've been really happy with it. So yeah. But yeah, I wanted to show off some of the stuff that we've been doing. I think originally we did do a dark royal, a purple. Some of the stuff that I've done too in the past, it's been one of those things where we try to cut down on what we have available simply because people have been so overwhelmed that they end up not buying. My recipe page, that was done with my pink oysters. And it was so good. Absolutely yummy. Yum, 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 yummy. But yeah, those are all my photos of me making my omelet in the morning with the pink oysters. Hi, Utica. How are you doing, honey? I've been doing a quick show and tell with everybody. I was explaining to everyone what I've been up to. Smooching here. So it's been, I was telling everybody that we've been gearing up again. I'm going to bring it back so everybody can see it again for Utica. But yeah, this is what we've been doing. My hubby and I, we grow mushrooms. And so these are oyster mushroom kits that we sell here on the farm. And unfortunately, I haven't been, I really would have loved to send it through the mail to make it more available to everybody. But the downside of it is every time that these things get mailed through the mail, I don't know if it's because they're like too much temperature change fluctuation or if there's something going on, but it zaps them and then they don't live. So that's not acceptable. And the other thing I was showing everybody, Utica, I was showing everybody, this is what one of the mugs looks like. This is the Maita, because my hubby's a Maita. So if you were to go to debbiedement.com, I have all the 13 Lemurian Birthsigns on different print-on-demands. And so it's got a whole bunch of different designs and everything. But what I was saying is, like the one gal, whoever was asking for the purple one, if you could just contact me directly, either through the contact me form on seasideshrooms.com or through Debbie Dement. I'm going to put both of them in here. I've had so many people who are like, are you selling the funny mushrooms? No, It's legal here, but no, I'm not. But seaside shrooms, we love the alliteration. Or debbiedemint.com. It's possible for me to make you one of the shirts or the hoodies or whatever item that you're looking at. It's possible for me to make that in a different color for you. Okay? I'm just not listing all the colors because then people get really overwhelmed. Yeah. Move the coffee mug before I damage it. You would not believe the box that these things come in too. Not the hoodie. The hoodie came in a recycling package, which was amazing. But the box for the mugs, wow. Okay, it is expensive. At least for me, it's like $15. I think the last time that I bought one of these. Yeah, I will. But it came in this cardboard box that literally held the whole mug inside. I mean, it was precision made, engineered, and it wrapped entirely around the mug so that it held the mug with inside a container of cardboard. So it completely protected it from any kind of damage in the shipping. So I'm like, well, let's just see how this goes. But do I have a good farmer's market nearby? The main thing is our farm literally is on Highway 101. So we have done a few farmers markets in the past, but we don't do the farmers markets. We just literally sell them from our farm. So hang on a second and I'll bring up the hoodie again so everybody can see. This was incredible. Blackberry. I was whacking back Blackberry and the Blackberry won. Well, technically speaking, the Blackberry didn't win, but it got a pretty good swipe in. It's healing, though. It is healing. But here's the hoodie that we got. Isn't that gorgeous? And then on the front of that, what you're looking at, that is an oyster mushroom. That's what that is. That's oyster mushrooms on this. Yeah. I was so thrilled with the way it came. And it's so soft. Oh my word. It is incredible. Absolutely incredible. And you know how the old style was with the designs where it was on the shirt and it felt like a shield or something, like a iron on, or it felt like you're walking around with those. Not this. This actually is soft. It's on there, but it's beautiful. Absolutely. Let me see. I ordered a cup from a print on demand. Oh no, that's sad. But Annie Bear, with that, if it was damaged, you should be able to reach out. Really? And it was packaged that way. Oh no. Okay, no. I thought it arrived damaged, and I'm like, I don't see how. But yeah, I ordered it and it was packaged the way that you described. It was impressive. It was shockingly impressive. In fact, I probably should just order myself a mug and then do a video of that because it's mind-boggling how engineered that box was. I'll use the languaging. It was expensive to me when I bought it. I'm thinking, holy moly, why would I ever pay that much for the shipping? But when the box arrived, I was like, oh, I gotta admit, I kind of wanted to hang the box. It was stunning, absolutely incredible. And yeah, like you're saying, it was so easy to open. Barry looks like he stuck a Blackberry to myself. It does, doesn't it? Evil Blackberry. Oh, Lord. It's not even evil. I mean, we've gotten decent blackberries from them. It's just anybody that's in the Pacific Northwest. These things grow 3 feet overnight. It is crazy how they grow. So yeah, I was out there with a tool whacking them back. Whenever they whack back, sometimes the plants fight back. And blackberry is one of those that just love to fight back. So. Yeah, I was really thrilled with it. But that was the other I do have several different shops too, because this is my last one that I have. These are all online stores. So I also have a dog-centric one for those that are puppy lovers. And it's simply, this is one that I haven't played with as much, but I do have r4.com. And then the cats and cups that I listed earlier is one that's more cat-based. LA, do here any minute. Oh, beautiful. Well, you have fun, Annie Bear. You have a lot of fun. I know you're going to be like nonstop laughing and just, that'll be thrilling. But yeah, these are all print on demand shops that the designs that you're seeing in there, I've created the designs in there. So it's been fun. Behind the scenes. More designs to come. But yeah, our primary focus right now is the mushrooms. And I have loaded quite a few into the cats and cubs. I need to get back and start doing some love for my Debbie DeMond. Oh, that is one that is new because next month I'm supposed to be doing a summit with Lorraine Gailey and Lori Rayon, and it's supposed to be focused on interspecies communication, so animal communication. And so I have also added, I have it's in with the one-on-one sessions where they're kind of miniature readings where you send me a photo of your pet or your pony, and then I reach out and we just do a miniature reading of them. Now, it has to be said, sometimes the animals will not communicate to me. They're like people, sometimes you just don't want to talk to some people. If that's the case and they don't want to talk to me, then what I'll do is I'll do a quick energy healing instead. I'll do like an energy balancing. It's going to be a lot faster than what you would get on the deep diving one-on-one stuffs. But those are available. Oh, thank you, Annie Bear. It is a lot of fun. Actually, I need to go back through. Last year I was running some specials for the parents, for the moms and the dog moms and the dog dads. Oh, it's ready. It's already a functioning shop and everything. So yeah, and everything goes through Stripe on those. So it'll take all the major credit cards on all of them. Like I said, the only one that is the thing that we can't ship is going to be the mushroom kits that we make. But if you're on Highway 101, Seaside, Oregon, we're right here on the highway. I love that one. I love that one. Yeah, there's one of the designs that's literally called Pardon My French, and it's one of the French bulldogs. I need to start adding in some doggy stuff. I haven't given my artwork some love in a while. And of course, I need to create more designs for the actual Lemurian Birthsigns. That was my first design straight out of the gate for everybody. And 13 signs is a lot to design for, but yeah, I'd love to. Oh yes, Utica. Yeah, I was showing everybody. These have actually been away for quite a long time. But yeah, they've been behind the scenes, and I haven't really shared with everybody. But yeah, I've got several different shops behind the scenes, and we do live on a farm. So my hubby and I, and that's just it. We don't have anybody else. It's just us creating the mushroom kits, but they are just for here locally that we can sell them, because we've tried shipping them through the mail and they just don't survive. So which is why we have them out on the roadside stand then. But yeah, we have artfur.com. We also have Cats and Cups, and we have, of course, Debbie DeMint and Seaside Shrooms, which is the one for our mushroom designs. Yeah. My cousin is visiting a brother in the U.S. in June. We'll check to see if they could order and come back after a month. Well, Utica, the print on demand stuff, I think I have it set up so that it could deliver overseas. It's primarily for the US, but thank you, Andy Bear. That's so sweet. Um, like I said, the only thing that I can't ship would be the mushroom kits, and I can't even ship those even in a state and have them survive. So we kind of gave up on that. But everything else is print on demand, and so what that means is when you order it, then it gets created for you and will ship out, which I think is amazing because it keeps things out of the landfill. It will not get generated until someone actually wants that particular item. Yeah, dumb question. Yes, I am located in Seaside, Oregon. That is exactly where I am. Yes, I sure am. And so Highway 101 runs right in front of my farm. Yep, been here since 2013. And we've lived on the Oregon coast, also down in Florence and in Lincoln City. But yeah, I've got a whole bunch of different print-on-demand shops. And so if you like cats, then there's Cats and Cups. If you like the dogs, then there's Earthware. If you like seaside shrooms for the mushrooms, there's all kinds of designs loaded in there already. And of course, if all of the Lemurian Birthsigns are loaded, like I was saying, I'll show it again. This was my hubby's because he's a Maita. Aren't they cool? I just love the color too. There's a whole bunch of different color choices. I'm thinking I might get mine in yellow. It's just really cheerful. But that's one of the mug designs. This is the Maitas because of course the Maitas are crystals. And then I did for everybody's birth signs. And of course, there's all the different cacas and the copanuis. And those are on my wdemint.com. And like I was saying earlier too, those are all my designs. I've been in there creating them. So the only one that I have throughout the entirety of it is there's one design in Cats and Cups. It's funny. It's a little black kitten that says "Ew, people," which I love, but I didn't design that one. But everything else is my designs. Oh, how sweet. How sweet. Yeah, we have the mushroom stand that's open, I think, Wednesday through Saturdays, and it is noon till 5. Primarily, it's my hubby that's out there manning the booth, but of course, I'm around. And I try to come out, but I have to be honest, when I come out, I do have an allergy to marijuana. And so a lot of the people will be driving by and they'll either vape or sometimes my neighbors vape, and it shuts my windpipe down. It's kind of like a peanut allergy, only with all the mushroom stuff, and so it makes my windpipe close. So my hubby's out there manning the stand more than me, but yeah, I'm here. And again, if there's another color that you want one of the designs on, fill out the contact me form, and I will be able to fill it in for you. We'll create something for you. Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, thank you so much for everybody coming and hanging out with me this week. This has been a lot of fun, and I don't have anything on the books, but again, if I do, a lot of it has been this week. I've been just trying to balance. This is the first week that we've had the stand open, so we're still trying to get the the timing and everything down. But as things come more into balance, I'll be able to do more. I'm hoping to pop on and do more shows then. But yeah, we did a lot of work today. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And I'm glad you really enjoyed my shirts and stuff. That's fun. Okay, gang. Take care. I will see you next week. Bye.